thanks to them that we got this venue 11 years ago, and have had a successful party for the benefit of the homeless service center ever since then. We're very, very grateful to the next, and we're very grateful to you. And my job is to say thank you to some people who made tonight's party possible. Everything, incidentally, tonight is donated. There's not a dime of money that we spend. We spend a little bit of money, we use some money. But most of the food and the service and everything else is donated by some wonderful people. So I want to thank Harriet and John, of course, for sponsoring this event, and for Pam Ambrose, our event planner. Pam, that's unbelievable. Pam has been doing this for a number of years, and she's steady Eddie. Does a great job. And her sidekick, Peggy Benedict, for her assistance in the kitchen, and he's wonderful. Marianne Orr for her assistance also with hors d'oeuvres. Vicki Wasson for her assistance with decor and food. And you all heard the Kumbwa Jazz Honor Band. Those kids, those high schoolers are unbelievable. They really are. And we're so grateful that they could be with us and give us our cocktail time music. We want to thank the Georgiana Bruce Kirby students. There are 10 of them here tonight, and some of their parents who are serving. I want to thank Gerald O'Brien of Silver Mountain Winery, who is not only donating the wine tonight, but pouring it. Gerald O'Brien. Lisa Rose and the Seymour Center for donating the space again this year. Very important, from our own homeless services are Jessica Abramson and Shannon Miller. We are so fortunate. And Ann Lober, of course, you'll hear more about Ann later on tonight. And you'll hear Ann play after the chorale. Ann is responsible for getting the players from the Kumbwa Honor Jazz Band, and she'll be playing the piano for us all after our concert later tonight. And all of you for continuing support in the mission to end homelessness. Please join me in welcoming the president of our Homeless Services Center, Claudia Brown.
Well, as I've said, I'm Claudia Brown. I'm the president of the board of the Homeless Service Center. And we are so grateful to have all of you here tonight and your support throughout the year. As you know, the problems of homelessness persist. Despite the best efforts and the multiple successes of the programs at the Homeless Service Center, homelessness continues to grow as a problem both in Santa Cruz and around the nation. The good news is that we do know what it takes to end homelessness. Houses. How hard is that to figure out? If we house people, they are not homeless. If we house people, they can get well. They can recover from a lot of the other problems that they have being homeless. But housing is not an easy task. Getting people housed requires housing availability, willing landlords, participants who can step up to the responsibilities of living independently. And in order to do that, we need some special help and friends and volunteers. I'd like to honor some of those volunteers tonight. One of the big tasks is finding the housing and talking to the landlords. Not all landlords are quite as broad-minded as maybe some of the people in this room, and they do associate some risks with housing the homeless. So we have to have housing navigators who are persistent and will not take no for an answer. And we're lucky to have some of those in the bodies of volunteers who go out there and do this job for us. So the first one that I'd like to talk about is somebody who's been a friend of the Homeless Service Center for a long time, even though she doesn't serve in an official capacity. And that's our friend Sharon King. Sharon, are you here today? would put $3,000 towards Sharon's efforts in her name for move-in kits. Sharon does not do this alone. We have some other really important volunteers. We have two relatively new members of the board of the Homeless Service Center who immediately stepped up to the challenge of actually getting people into housing. And they are remarkable. The first I'd like to acknowledge is Mark Trainer. Mark, please. Little did Mark know when he moved back to Santa Cruz a couple of years ago that he was going to get roped in to this group. He made a mistake when he was talking to us of saying something about the fact that he had some experience in housing.
Congratulations.
$3,000 for move-in kits in Mark's name. Once upon a time, a long time ago, when I was working in corporate America, I had an employee who worked for me who would never take no for an answer. And that was good news and bad news. He sort of drove me crazy because he wouldn't take no for me either, although he was supposed to work for me. We have a board member who's a little bit like that. His name happens to be John Pease. And his work with landlords proves it. He is remarkable at bulldozing through any objection anywhere. And we're going to offer another $3,000. We are going to offer, no, the Rebels are going to offer another $3,000 for John's efforts. And finally, once these good people have managed to get people into housing, it turns out that people need a lot of support in housing. There's an organization called Wings, and one of the representatives who's done a lot of work in helping people stay in housing, working with making sure that we've got the homeless people the support that they need, they're attached to the services they need, is Peggy. Peggy Benton. Ending homelessness is definitely a community job, and we're really blessed to have these people on our team. Thank you very much.
So now I have the joy, the pleasure, the honor of introducing Monica Martinez, our executive director. Monica is the one who impels us all, who challenges us all, who drives us all forward, and we just love her a lot.
Thank you, Reb, and thank you, Harriet and John, and all of you for being here. It's such a beautiful night. Once again, my name is Monica Martinez, and I'm the Executive Director of the Homeless Services Center, and I appreciate all of you coming here to support our efforts. When I was thinking about what to say tonight, I was asked to do, a brief summary of everything that we've been working on, and that's hard to do. And as I start thinking about it, my mind immediately goes to all of the ways that the Homeless Services Center has been integral in changing the way our community, Santa Cruz, our county, and our fellow agencies are addressing the issue of homelessness. For example, we've helped to launch the Smart Solutions to Homelessness effort, which has created a county-wide leadership council, which is going to be working together to create a plan to decrease and end homelessness in our community. We've been a part of implementing our own innovative solutions For example, just yesterday, we did an official ribbon cutting for our new recuperative care center, which is a site where there are 12 beds, and people who are homeless and are being discharged from local hospitals will be able to, rather than being discharged to the street, can be discharged into our care, and we can support them while they heal. And we've made our own gains in ending chronic homelessness. For example, with our 180-180 effort, which as of just yesterday or Friday, we reached the 120 mark. We are 2/3 of our way to our goal to house 180 of the most vulnerable people experiencing homelessness in our county. I think of all these things and the way that HSC has been a part of that. However, this doesn't always tell the true story of what we're about at the Homeless Services Center. So what I really want to talk to you about is what was going on our campus a week ago tonight. As many of you know, Santa Cruz has been experiencing a tremendous cold snap. And a week ago tonight, Santa Cruz was expected to be in the 20s. It's a Saturday night. And we had learned that 4 people in Santa Clara County had lost their life because they were homeless and died of exposure the night prior. Our winter shelter program was full. We had people coming and asking for help. And Shelley McKittrick, our director of programs, and a dedicated team. I don't even know what she did yet. It's truly amazing. A dedicated team of HSC staff and volunteers came to our campus and opened up every space possible that could accommodate somebody on the floor, in a warm space, in office areas, so that everybody who wanted could come indoors. We had 175 people staying indoors on our campus on Saturday night. I know that we saved lives that night. And so every day, the Homeless Services Center, we are a leader in efforts to implement evidence-based, measurable, cost-effective solutions to homelessness. However, we're also balancing that with day-to-day life-saving decisions that meet the needs of the most vulnerable people in our community. And we do that because we truly believe that everybody deserves to be treated with dignity, with respect.
In the bleak Jingle merrily on, in heaven the bells are ringing.